Being anxiously attached sucks. It sucks for you. It sucks for the people around you. It sucks. It's just bad. I'm joking, of course, but it does suck because you're never really prepared for the fact that inevitably, I think kind of all relationships end. They just end. It might be because somebody leaves or dies, but they end. It's different. I know it's different, but as anxiously attached people, we want to control every aspect of that. We want to make sure that the person never leaves, whatever that means. But we make sure of that. And surprise, surprise, they still leave. Why do they still leave? Because maybe, just maybe, and hear me out, please don't be triggered, we are too much sometimes. Not all the time. I don't want to blame us, but we can be way too much sometimes. Try to put yourself in your partner, ex-partner shoes. You have a relationship with this person. They're constantly asking and requiring you to give them reassurance that you won't leave. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't text you for like half an hour or 2 hours or whatever. And you would think all sorts of scenarios like, they're cheating, they're bored, they don't want to communicate with me anymore, I'm too much, this and that. Notice how it's never like, oh, they might be in an accident. No, it's always like, they're cheating, they're with somebody else, they don't want to talk to me because I'm too much. Would you feel exhausted, depleted? Would you feel like you're not doing a good job? And that's it if you're not an avoidant, because more often than not, we as anxiously attached people attract avoidance because we are replaying family dynamics in our own lives that we used to look at when we were growing up between mom and dad, and now we constructed our own family and we're playing that game again. But we're not realizing it at the time until we go to therapy, and that's my other point. If you're anxiously attached, you need therapy. I cannot stress this enough. You need it. It's not like you need therapy. I believe everybody needs therapy, but we need it for sure. I recommend EMDR. I spent like 2 years looking for a therapist here where I live that does EMDR without success. I was like, I gave up almost, but then I found my therapist that does this, and I was because I've gone to 5 different therapists, and each time I was like, no, this is not working for me. It's it doesn't. Just sitting there and just talking, it doesn't work for me. And at a certain point, I believed like, maybe therapy isn't for me. Maybe I'm not a person that can be fixed with therapy. Yeah. No. When I found my therapist now, it started slow. I kind of felt the change immediately, but it was such a small change. I felt the effects of the EMDR. Not exactly right after it, but a few days later. I started realizing and seeing things I was doing or I was thinking and challenging them in a different way that I never really did before. And that kind of told me, stick with it. And I stuck with it, and I kept realizing more and more and more and more and more and more. And now I'm sitting here talking to you about stuff I've realized because I hope it could help you at least in any way, or just give you a different perspective. A little bit about me, because maybe you need a context. I was in 2 relationships in my life so far. I'm 30. My first relationship lasted 5 years, and it was toxic as fuck. I cannot even begin to tell you how toxic it was. And it lasted 5 years. Why did it last 5 years? Because I couldn't let go. Even though I was hurting, even though I was not myself, even though I gained weight, even though I felt miserable every single day, and I would lie on this bed next to this person and think, 5 years ago, before meeting this person, if my consciousness from back then could swap with my consciousness right now and experience all of the feelings I'm feeling right now, and the anxiety, the constant fear and overwhelm and everything that was going on in my body, will my consciousness from back then be in shock? That was what I was thinking while being in a... Do you realize this? Just this alone should have been enough for me to just leave this relationship. But I didn't. I stayed to the point where it got very ugly and the person just left. But they did. That's the thing. They left, but they never really let me go. They kept me kind of like as an option. And I was okay with that for like 3 months until I was like, you know what? No. And that was it. After that relationship, I spent a year and a half what I thought was I was healing. I was healing a lot in a way, but I've developed some unhealthy habits throughout that time and unhealthy expectations. So one night I was feeling low. I should go back and tell you, before meeting this first person, I was sitting in my room. I remember it was an entirely different place. I was sitting on the couch and I was just thinking, I'm so lonely. I wish I had a partner. And like, I think a month ago or the same month, I met the person I'm talking about. The second time, my second relationship, which was completely different, and it was completely different person that had nothing to do with that person. It was not even remotely the same. I was sitting here thinking, wow, I'm so lonely. And then I started going, I want somebody. And then I got a message on a dating app and I responded to it. And one thing led to another. And I got into another relationship very fast. I was telling myself throughout my healing journey before my second relationship that I would never get into a relationship that fast or start living with somebody until we've hit the 3 or 6 month mark. I moved in with that person, I think a month later. Huge mistake. Never do that. If you can take anything from this video, don't do that. But I did it. It was great for a few months. Then slowly, very slowly but surely, it started fizzling out. I was feeling the energy of my ex. And I was like asking, what's going on? What's wrong? You can talk to me. Is something bothering you? Is something at work bothering you? Is something in our relationship bothering you? You can talk to me. Like, I want you to talk to me. And they would be like, no, it's just like work. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry if I'm making it seem like it's you. Like, don't worry. And that kept happening for months until December last year. I was like, let's sit down and let's talk. Is this relationship too much for you? And my ex said yes. And we talked more, like we talked for hours. We cried, we hugged. It was a very emotional night. And we decided on a break. By we, I mean they suggested it. And I was like, of course, because I don't want to lose you. So I'm going to do anything you tell me. But I remember when they suggested this, I immediately got like the answer. And it's like, it's a breakup. It's not a break. Nobody actually asks for a break. It's a breakup. And I knew that's going to happen, but I still wanted to go through the break because I believed that maybe it wouldn't be that. But one morning I was asking about like the break, the logistics, like we don't talk, we don't text for like 2 weeks. I said like, I need a time frame. I just need you to tell me how long we're going to do this because I'm going to go crazy. 2 weeks, no contact, no talking. Everybody's staying in their own space. And when I was asking about this, my ex was like, I was thinking a lot about it and I don't want to prolong this anymore and I want to break up. And I cried, of course. We both cried. We talked some more and then I laughed and was like, remember when I told you, because I told them, remember when I told you when you suggested the break the first time that I have an inkling how this will turn out, but I'm going to tell you only after the break. And I was like, it's this. I knew it. And it happened. And we ended on very good terms. I have nothing but love for this person. It wasn't toxic in any way. We never fought. We never had any toxic things. I hold their love in my heart and I will always remember our time together. And it always will be sad but happy too. And I hope that they will feel good and they will feel loved in the future and they will have a great life because they really deserve it. But even saying that, we couldn't communicate because I was constantly asking when I felt there's a problem, can we talk? And we couldn't talk. That's what I mean. You can't force people to be with you if they don't feel like they want to be with you. Another thing is I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. and I still pushed myself to do it. And that happened both times. The first time, my previous ex was like, I'm not gonna wait for you forever, because I told them I need some time. And like by some time, I was like maybe like a month or something. And after a week, they were like, I'm not gonna wait for you forever. And if I was secure, I would have been like, okay, just don't then. Bye. But I wasn't. And I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to lose this person and they're great and whatever. And I have to overcome this fear and I have to be with them. No. If somebody can't respect your time frame of what you need, they don't really like you or love you. They just want you for something, for some reason. And both times were different, but like the second time I felt like, oh, I need to be with this person because they're great. I don't have to be with anyone. And I remember we discussing if we should be in a relationship. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. It is that. And when I got into the relationship as an anxiously attached person, I was thinking like, I know this is gonna end and I know I'm gonna be back at square one and crying and missing, but I'm willing to go through it. And I was. And it's different now. It's completely different than the first time. It's completely a different situation and still the same outcome, kind of, because I should have recognized that this is not a good idea to get into this relationship if I didn't feel completely 100% like I should be in a relationship. Having said that, I don't regret one thing about this relationship, but that's what anxious attachment does to you. Sometimes you ignore your body and your intuition because you just don't want to be alone. None of us want to be alone. Maybe there are some people that have been going through things in life until they reach the point where they're like, I don't want to be with anybody. I'm loving my freedom and independence, and I don't want to deal with anybody's bullshit and baggage. I'm great with my pets, which I'm thinking more and more I should get a pet. And I probably will, but not right now. And that's it. To each their own. But I don't think we're made to grow and heal and realize stuff completely on our own. We need people to be like a mirror and show us what's going on. And I'm grateful for that now because I have material to work on for me to be a better person and to be a better partner in the future and to be a better partner for me too. Here's a few things that I learned about my anxious attachment that I hope can help you too. Usually when somebody asks me if I want something or I want to do something and I really don't want to, I will always say yes and then end up doing it and not liking it that much. That's like lose boundaries because we don't have boundaries. If we did, we wouldn't be where we are. So first we need to work on our boundaries. And how would that be? Saying no. Practice saying no in small ways every single day and build it up as you go. Not just saying no for the sake of saying no. If somebody presents you with choices and you don't like something, don't say yes just to appease them or not lose them. Say no and see how they react. If they react poorly, that person shouldn't be in your life, because if saying no is a deal breaker of some sort, means that this person wants to use you. If you saying no makes this person go, okay, no problem, and still act the same way with you and still treat you with respect and love, then that person is not a toxic person. Practice saying no. No is very important for healing. Another thing is, if somebody likes you a lot and you're not sure about them or you being in a relationship with them, don't force yourself to find reasons why it would be good. Don't force yourself to look at it from very many different perspectives if you don't want to. Most importantly, don't force yourself to be in something your body is telling you you don't want to be in. You know what I mean? Because I ignored all of the signs and now I'm here to talk to you about it. Only get into relationships or friendships, mainly relationships, romantic ones, I mean, only if you do it from a place where it's not like, I need it. It's like, I am completely okay on my own, but yeah, I like you. I want to try. I want to be in the relationship with you. It's a want. As soon as it's a want, it means that you are okay. If you think it's a need, don't do it. Tell them like, I need to think about it. Like, give me some time. Give me like a week or two to just sit with it and just think about, because I need it. I be like, I'm usually anxiously attached. You don't have to disclose this if you don't want to, but if you want to, I'm usually anxiously attached. I need some more time at the beginning to see if I really want to be in a relationship or if it's a good thing for me right now. And if they acknowledge and respect that, great. It means that this person might actually maybe a good partner, possibly. But don't force it. Don't force yourself to find meaning in it. Don't force yourself to see a future. That's another thing that I noticed. In both cases, if I was really honest with myself, I never really pictured any future with these people. I don't think, like right now, as I am sitting here talking to you, I don't think future and picturing a future with somebody is actually healthy. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not a professional psychiatrist or anything, but like, I don't think it's a healthy mindset because anything could happen. Try to live now. Try to be like, okay, right now we're together and I feel great. That's enough. You don't need more than that to be happy. Because if you think about the future constantly or about the past, you're not going to be happy. Maybe this is crazy, but what if you try to make up, because we do as humans sometimes in the shower have like fake arguments or whatever. Try to picture this situation of like somebody asking you to be in a relationship and you'll be like, I hear you, but usually I need some time before I decide, so I need like a week or two or a month before I tell you. And practice that until it becomes normal. It might not feel good at the beginning, but do it until you believe it and until you feel power in it. And don't obsess. Try not to obsess. I know it's very hard, but like there's a clear difference between love and obsession. And we don't see it as anxiously attached people. We see anxiety and obsession as love. And when we inevitably attract an avoidant, which that's a kryptonite for them, and they hate it, and they need their alone time, and they need their space, I think what I'm telling you is what I'm trying to tell to me too. I'm not saying I'm healed and I'm coming here from a place of I've already gone through it, I'm on the other side. No, I'm still going and actively working towards having a more secure attachment. But that's the thing. You don't have to be fully healed to be in a relationship. And I don't think you have to be fully healed to share advice. If you liked this video, share with me in the comments. Share with me in the comments your take on it. If you're an avoidant or you're an anxiously attached person, like share some things that you realized along the way that could help me or other people in the comments. Like, let's build a community of anxious people. I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's build a community of anxious people. Why not? Let's be anxious together. Maybe that will help us be less anxious with our partners. I don't fucking know. So yeah, if you like this video, give me like a like or a dislike or whatever you feel like. Subscribe, comment. I hope you feel better.